introduce your delinquent to us?
My delinquent, his name is Ao Takahashi. I am a half Japanese, half white 17-year-old kid. I don't have glasses, but I have something similar to a cochlear implant that amplifies psychic ability. I can usually be seen dressed in some pretty baggy clothings, like even year-round, even on the hottest days, I'm wearing a pretty baggy sweatshirt, baggy jeans.
What's your costume look like when you're heroine?
My hero name is Blue Samurai. It's a dark skins tight suit that with neon stripes down across it, and it glows very brightly.
It's like a cyberpunk samurai look.
Yes.
I'm kind of really into that.
It glows and it pulses along with the whenever I use my psychic sword. I have a samurai sword, and that and the costume pulse together depending on how I'm using the weapon.
Okay, and so that implant, was that to like enhance natural powers, or is that what gives you that ability?
It was to enhance it. I naturally kind of was able to do small things, but at a young age it was installed into my head to kind of make it less of a party trick and more of a useful ability.
Okay, cool. Let's jump into your abilities real quick. Your powers are messy, deceiving, or frustrating. Choose two. Which ones did you pick?
Abilities are I can open like portals like through space and time, and I also have the psychic sword and then they can. So I would consider that most likely deceiving, sort of deceiving because I can use the portals to.
You have the psychic weapons and teleportation, and do you want to tell us like how those look when you use them, or?
So the samurai sword is the psychic weapon, obviously, and it's the only one that I can confidently conjure up, and I like to think of it as like an astral projection. So it's real, it's physical, but I can use it as a sword itself, but I mostly use it to open the portals for the teleportation.
And I'm going to jump straight into your backstory. The first question is, how did you get your powers?
I had a mutation at birth from my parents. Both of my parents were had different abilities, and they kind of just combined and melded into me.
Oh, cool. Who are your parents? Were they like known capes in the city?
Not super well known, no, but they were definitely, I wouldn't say prominent, but you might have heard about them. My mother was actually a villain, and she was just a psychic. She did a lot of astral projection of different kinds of weapons, caused a lot of problems, and my father was kind of like her main combatant, and through something they kind of just an accident was happen, and that would be me.
I mean, arch nemesis having a kid is always the best story. Do you have names for them?
I do not actually. I should have. But the one thing I do know is my father, his last name is, I get my last name from my father. I don't know what his name would be, though.
What do you do for fun?
I like to pull pranks on people. I really enjoy opening portals to like inside of like liquid containers and dumping water all over people, or like sneaking things out of people's pockets, like kind of like trick magic, but just obviously I'm cheating.
Yeah, I'm into that. Who outside of the team thinks better of you than you do?
My father. I spend most of my time with my father, and he kind of sees the bad streak in my life, and he's really hoping that being a hero will like make me a better person, if that makes sense, because he doesn't want me to end up like my mother, a villain.
Awesome. Why do you try to be a hero? Is that the same answer?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make my family proud as best as I can, even if I have issues every once in a while.
Okay, and you have to choose 3 delinquent moves. What did you choose?
I went with Troublemaker.
That is a good one.
And then I went with Team. What team? And
excellent.
Lastly, Are you watching closely?
Excellent. Oh yeah, what school do you go to? Just so we know.
What school?
You public or private?
Public. I'm a pretty shy kid. I don't talk to too many people. I like to sit at the back and mess with people.
Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets and TP Hugh, and edited by Anthony Sheets. Anthony can be found on Twitter at Icy New Year or at icynewyear.com. T is the host of Incubator on Air, a new play podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. They can be found at T Huth Playwright on Twitter or TPHuth94 on Instagram. This issue was GM'd by me, Anthony Sheets. Blue Samurai is played by William Hendry. You can find him on Twitter at RockoutWill321 or Steam as Cypress Grunham. Asimov is played by EXPHP. You probably won't find him at itsexphp on Twitter, but it's worth a try. The music for this issue is Ouroboros by Kevin MacLeod. A link to the license in his website will be in the episode note. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or on Patreon at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please consider leaving us a review on iTunes and recommending it to friends. Word of mouth is really the best way for us to bring these stories to more people. And thanks for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.